evening. My name is JH. Today we're going to get into the news. All right. But before we get into the news, can we just appreciate for one moment what an upstanding postal carrier looks like? I am so impressed with the visual when I received this picture of this postal carrier. And I mean, can we just give him props? I mean, just look at his beard. His beard alone is okay. I mean, I mean, can I say more? Can we say more? That is upstanding. I mean, the gentleman has a tie. Who would not like this man to be their postal carrier? I mean, he's too cool for school. That is something that I have yet to see. Carrying yourself, dressing the part, it is so impressive. I mean, I, I I'm flabbergasted. I'm at a loss for words because it is so rare to see somebody looking that sharp. And in their career, he takes pride in what he does. I mean, I'm sure he has horrible days at work, but look at how professional he looks. Need I say more? I mean, that should be the standard right there. That should be the standard. I don't even dress like that when I go to work. I mean, he got me second guessing. I'm thinking I should wear a tie when I drive in a truck. But before we get into the news, I had a real funny question that was asked to me. Nothing news related, nothing postal related, and this is something that just blew my mind. So if you start dating, right? Let's just say, no, don't turn the channel. Don't turn it yet. I got a question. Suppose you met somebody, let's say you even with the individual right now. Suppose you met them. They were the perfect everything to you. Visually, physically, mentally, you met them. And then you were like 6, 7, 8 months in, and then you found out that they had a different political perception than you did, or they voted for the opposite party. Is that a deal breaker for people that are supposed to be bound together? Is that a deal breaker? Could you possibly move forward with that individual if you're not on the same political spectrum? Just think about it. Just think about it. If you voted for X and they voted for Y, how do you pull that off? How do you pull that off? But everything else is perfect. But would that be the deal breaker? Leave the comments below. I just had that question. But let's get into the news. We're gonna talk about these retroactive pay, and we're also gonna talk about the pay raise and when we're gonna get the pay raise. We're also going to talk about some people that got caught up. They got caught up in the system. A manager up in, like to say, northern New York, and getting caught up in this drug ring. I'm sure you people have heard of it. If you haven't, you just stay tuned. And finally, towards the end of the video, we just gonna go on through a ramble. We're gonna go on through a ramble. So stick with it. Now let's get it. First off, individuals have been asking, I mentioned it probably about a month or two ago, that we were going to be getting retroactive pay. Does this apply to all crafts? I'm not sure. I'm going to go for the APWU because that's the craft that I'm, the union that I go with. If I were to go and look at the CCAs and all the other stuff, it would probably be similar. But all you have to do is just check your union website before you say, hey, Jay, does this apply to the mail handlers? Does this apply? Just check your union website. You'll get all that information in there as well. But what we're talking about, and this is easy. All you got to do is just look at it. It's right there, right there. Implementation of the contract on the APWU website. They confirmed that there would be implementation of pay provisions from 21 to 24. National agreement is the new contract. The dates and when the implementation would come in. How do you figure out how much you're going to get? I don't know. So the 1.3 general increase for employees, for all employees, which was effective November 20th of 2021, the implementation date is June 4th of 2022, which is pay period 13. Your paycheck date will be June 24th of 2022. That means all that fall under the APWU will be getting this general increase of 1.3%. 1% additional for postal employees, support employees, PSEs, effective November 20th, 2021. The implementation of that as well is June 4th, pay period 13, 2022, same check date, June 24th, 2022. So the general increase was for all employees, which was 1.3. The additional 1% was for postal employees. So that would come up to 2.3% for PSEs. That's going to be back pay. So you're going to get a little check. How much am I getting? I don't know. $1,310 COLA, cost of living allowance, for career employees, which was effective February 26, 2022. The scheduled implementation date was June 4th, pay period 13th, paycheck June 24, 2022. So that is more. So your COLA's gone up as well. So you're going to get the back pay for the COLA as well for career employees. Now for PSEs, you're going to get an additional 50 cents per hour. Effective April 9th, 2022. That as well will be included in that June 4th, 2022 pay period. The paycheck will be on June 24th. June 24th is going to be a big check for a lot of people that could. New pay rates as well for grade 11 employees. What's a grade 11? Come on, man. I can't explain all of this stuff. Effective September 21st, 2021. The scheduled implementation date of that is June 4th as well. The check date is June 2022. Then they have changes to the grade 8 steps and slotting into new steps effective June 18th, 2022. Schedule implementation is June 18th, 2022. Pay period 14. So that means they have changes to the grade 8. Anyway, additional pay for PTFs. Man, everybody getting money. So the PTFs that don't get paid for the holidays, their pay rates will go up. That's effective January 1st, 2022. Their implementation date is June 4th, 2022. Paycheck is going to be June 24th. So if you've been working since the beginning of the year, which was January 1st, and you're a PTF, you're going to get the additional back pay for that one holiday that they're implementing now, the Juneteenth. Employees will receive retroactive payments for the difference in pay for the period between the effective date and the scheduled implementation date. So when this was effective is the day that they agreed upon it, and then the scheduled implementation date. So whenever they implemented it. The date of the retroactive payments has not been finalized. It cannot be finalized until the programming is complete. Once the program is complete, we'll meet the post service and get a definition of date. Once the definition date is known, then it'll be released. So I mean, that June 24th, Don't count on it, though. Don't count on it like, oh yeah, that's when I'm gonna buy this car. We gotta be real smart about this money that we getting, because this money is not easy to get. Just be thankful. And there's also a bunch of other raises throughout the year that will continue to come into effect. So when somebody says, hey, what does the post office top out at? What does your craft top out at? You can always say, we don't ever really top out. How about that? Because the union is always there trying to fight for more money. And that is the plus with being with the union. Fighting for more money, fighting for better wages. Somebody in the comments, well, what about the mail handlers? They gonna get paid. Hey, you gotta deal with your union about that. I'm just passing on the news, baby. So my son out there watching Panda, Kung Fu Panda. Anyway, let's go to the postal manager. Postal manager, on to the other news. Postal manager. Don't cut it off yet. Don't cut it off yet, because you guys like, oh man, I heard all I needed to hear. So somebody at a station decided they was a postal manager. They had another worker. I'm just gonna break it down real lightly. And they was just cuffing money, cuffing. No, let's just say, I'm gonna read one paragraph. On May 2nd, 2022, investigators observed such and such remove a package from the workroom floor, take it into his office. After removing the contents, such and such returned the original package to the mail stream, took the contents to his vehicle in a separate box, and left the post office. Shortly at which time he was taken into custody. During the execution of a search warrant, his residence and his vehicle recovered approximately marijuana, narcotics, THC, cocaine, 40 firearms, 5,000 rounds of ammunition, and a bulletproof vest. Whew! This has been going on for years. They was selling to the employees. They was, crazy. They're looking at 40 years. 40 years. Unreal. Unreal. You know, you can look this up. Postal manager and employee arrested and charged with using mail to distribute. Just look it up for yourself. The meaning behind this, though, is that, I mentioned it before, everything that crosses your mailroom floor is watched. Nobody's above the law. Is it really worth, and this person been in there, I think read 1998, one of them. You lost your career, you lost everything you put your stuff into just because you decided you want to put something in your pocket. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. It seems like elementary, but you just gotta there's still people that think that they're faster than the eyes of the government. The government watching. I read one of these, and it just, in this specific one, they had surveillance in the individual's home. They set up at his office, his vehicle, and at his home. In his home. Cameras. Yeah, how you not know that somebody been in your house and set up a camera? That's the government. Let's not get into debates. But definitely look into this article. Get from it what you will, because sometimes it amazes me how people think that they're faster than the eye of the law. Nonetheless, this is JH, and we out of here.